It's okay.
And gave me a massive hug. I was like, what is wrong with you?
Nobody else.
Doesn't matter. It's what happens later. Okay, make it straight. Rabbi, are we ready to go? Is everybody ready?
Avi, what color is your yarmulke? White.
A good walk, Judah. It's great to see you, Judah.
My yarmulke when I got back from the bear hug. And I had
Avi, there wasn't near, there was Zabi time.
Zabi time, I'm sorry, I meant Zabi.
Okay, Rabbi, tonight is Daf Nun. Nun. It's not 50 Daf in the Shabbos, but it's number 50. It's huge. Is Spiro on? Yitzi Spiro? Anybody see him? Because he sent me an email. He asked me not to read it. But if he's not on, I'll read it. He just said, you don't have to read it. So, what does that mean? You don't have to, but if I want to, I could, right? I thought it was great. Yitzi Spiro, he joins us almost every day, but Baruch Hashem, he's not on right now. If he would be, I would ask him permission. But he says like this, someone else in the shir who knows my father told him about your shout out to him about how you work together. I said that I was an electrician when I started out, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. No, this is like 17 years, I don't know, 15 years ago. So I wanted to learn real estate from the ground up. So I worked as an electrician for almost 2 years by Yitzi Spiro's father, Bruce Spiro. So he's, my father told me to send his regards, and he hopes that you're better at learning and teaching the daf than you are at being an electrician. I loved it. All right, for my part, Yashir is one of my highlights of my day. One of the highlights. Yichap, one. He has many highlights. The shir is one of them. Okay, great. It makes learning a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that Yitzi Spiro has many highlights of his day, and this is one of them. That's one guy. Who else? Today we're going to read all the emails that I have to make up. By the way, nobody commented about this, huh? It's already starting to grow in, so you didn't chap yet. Should have seen it on Friday. My wife voted this. You guys all lose. David, I hope David is not listening as well.
I said something about you here.
Not to me. First of all, that's why I don't see you. That's human. Oh, here, I see the whole mishpacha. Rabbi say Menachem Mata. I was going to write Menachem Mata a text, but I think it's better if I do it over here. Mi ka'amcha Yisrael. Seriously.
I'm muting you. 1 minute.
You can mute all you want. It's being recorded on YouTube for generations to come. It's better than a text message. Mi ka'amcha Yisrael. Our Bal Koire Menachem Mata has a lot of Yerushalayim. He wanted to have a minyan with the rules, with the regulations and everything. But he was worried that because it's Shabbos morning, a lot of people will come. So what did he do? He made an early minyan, and he figured nobody's going to show up to the early minyan. So he davened there, and he laned, and his son laned half. This is, I don't know, one of the longest parashas. I don't know, maybe he'll tell us, maybe it's the longest, who knows, Tazria Mitzayra. I don't know, 200 psukim. And then he laned again for the second minyan. In other words, it wasn't that he was going to gain and go to sleep and he was going to eat. And he did it, pashat, chesed, total chesed. So I have a tremendous appreciation. People, their best comes out in these situations. And it's not, by the way, and I learned Daf Torah. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. I learned Daf Torah. I was so out of breath with that mask. I couldn't get my ear in. I just couldn't do it. I don't know how he does it. So to lane twice, it's very difficult now. Trust me. Anyway, fine. Okay, here's my first email appreciation of your warm, fun, and geschmack shir. Many thanks for your dedication and efforts. Question: why did the Mishnah in today's shir blah 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 blah? Anyway, keep up the good work. I hear my daughter laughing in the background. The shir should go from strength to strength, and to all of Klal Yisrael should have a refuah shleima b'zeicha to see binyan beis hamikdash b'mheir yomeinu v'noim amen. Now let's hear the answer to the question, please. If you read the email out. I read it, and I don't have an answer because I don't know what your question is. No, I'm just kidding. I don't go back 5 daf. Who knows? This is April 5th. Sorry. Next time. Not this one. All right. I think that's enough for today. What is this? Oh. Let's go. Fine. We're holding daf nun. Right? No. So holding Daf Mem Tesam with Beis on the bottom. Begizei tzemer ve'ei metaltalin. So it says in the Mishnah, look, we have a picture somewhere, if we want to remember what we're talking about. Here, we're talking, what just happened? Email's not big yet. We have a guy that has a box, and inside the box is a bunch of gizei tzemer, some wool, and in the wool he has a pot. That's called atmana. Okay, great. Now, he could do atmana, but he cannot touch the gizei tzemer, because the gizei tzemer are muktza. He's going to do something else with it later on. He's not going to just be using it for atmana, so it's okay. He could do atmana, but he can't touch it, it's muktza. Amar Rava, so this is the havamin of the Gemara, lo yishanu elo shloi tamam behen. This is because he didn't actually do atmana. Aval tamam behen metaltalin noisam. Once a person does atmana, how you doing, Judah David and his son, he's staring, the guy, the masmid from Reb Friedman's yeshiva, Gevaldik. By the way, one of the best yeshivas in the world, Rabbi Friedman in Beitar, over there they just have people that just learn all day long. They do a hespek, so they have to do a certain amount of daf a week, and I've never seen such a smother in my life. I learned there a couple of times, not when he was there, that bacher, but before. Tremendous yeshiva. Look it up. Not only do they learn, but they like finish mesechtes and they know it. It's good. Anyway, says the Gemara, Rava holds that once I use this gizei tzemer, I use it, so I'm showing I'm not going to do something else with it. I'm done. I'm using it for atmana, not muktza anymore. This Talmud that was there, Bar Yoima. So he asked the question. Look at Rashi. Says Rashi that this Talmud just showed up in yeshiva. Some say he just got pushed up to the bench. There were benches, and he got to the bench, or he just showed up to yeshiva and he asked the kasha. So if we were to stop right there, okay, but Baruch Hashem, that I found this Rav Nisim Goyen on the side of the Gemara, one of the best stories in Shas. Literally, in my opinion, one of the most phenomenal stories in Shas. Got to see this Rav Nisim Goyen. He says like this. I didn't mark where it is. I have to find it. Oh, by you guys, I think it's like 4 or 5 lines from the bottom. Let me see. You have a regular Gemara. Where is it by you? On the Rav Nisim Goyen on the bottom. He says like this. You got to read it with me. You see, it says Chagiga Daf Hey in Rav Nisim Goyen. You have it? You got to see this. So this is actually Gemara in Chagiga Daf Hey. Ravidi Baravua, Ravidi Avua, Rav Yaakov Bar Idi Hava Rogol Hava Osi Tlosi Yarchem Beurcha. Rabbi Isai, it's unbelievable. Ravidi, who's this Bar Yoima? Says Rav Nisim Goyen. I know who he is. He's from Chagiga. He used to travel 3 months one direction. And he would learn Torah for 1 day. And then he'd turn around. And then he'd go 3 months in the opposite direction and come back home. He would stay home for 1 day. And then he would start over his travels all over again. So people started making fun of him. Oh, he's a Talmud Chacham for 1 day. He's a tremendous Talmud Chacham for 1 day. He's a joke. We sit there and we learn 365 days a year, and this clown comes in for 1 day. He thinks he's a big hotshot. Cholash daite. He got weak. He got depressed. And he said about himself a pasuk in Eov, I'm going to be a joke to my friends. Rabbi Yochanan steps in. I'm begging you, Leitanish Rabbanon, don't punish these Talmidei Chachamim. Lafik Rabbi Yochanan v'darash. So Rabbi Yochanan came to his rescue. V'oisi yoim yoim yidroishun, v'chibiyoim darshan oisu v'layla in darshan. It says in the pasuk, you should darshan, you should learn Torah in the day. What, you only learn Torah in the day and night? In the night? If you learn Torah 1 day a year, lishma, all you need to do is learn Torah 1 day properly, And it's ki'ilu, you learn Torah the whole year. Now, Rabbi said, I think the pshat is, I don't think it's literally, if you learn Torah one day, okay, good, go to sleep, play for the rest of the year. I think this individual, Rav Idi, he was traveling to learn Torah. He wanted to learn Torah, but he couldn't learn Torah because he had to go be at home with his wife. So he went home for one day, then he had to go back to yeshiva. So it took him a half a year. To learn one day took him half a year, 3 months in each direction. But he's busy for the Torah. So I had these people, a couple of times, recently, a guy told me, if I was a millionaire, I would learn all day long. Okay, that's great. So if that's true, then you get schar for working as if you learn all day. The problem is Corona. Corona comes along, and he's like a millionaire now, because there is no such thing as a millionaire and a poor guy. Everybody's poor now. Nobody's flaunting, nobody's buying a new car, nobody's doing anything. We're all in the same exact boat. So tzaddik, you're a millionaire. All you spend is $100 a month to survive, so why aren't you learning the whole day? What happened? You have this excuse and that excuse. So why didn't you learn an extra 20 minutes than you used to learn before Corona started? Now, if you would utilize every single moment that you have, then you get schar, ki'ilu you learned every single hour that you at work, then you get the schar, ki'ilu you're learning, and a chanami. Like Rav Idi, he was working to go learn Torah, and he only was able to learn one day, so that one day proves the whole year. But if he was just sitting around on his couch like this, I don't think he would get the schar for the whole year. Anyways, the point is we can't miss this opportunity. When we have that extra time to learn, we should learn. And then we have schar, ki'ilu kol hashana kula, says Rabbi Yochanan. The whole entire year, all you have to do is learn one day a year. And that's as if you learned the whole year. On condition that all the other time, that's my own pshat. You guys want to learn it differently? Fine, learn. Maybe it's better to learn the other way. All you have to do is learn 1 year, and you're good to go. It's ki'ilu you learned the whole year. Anyway, let's get back to this Gemara. Rav Haigo and Rav Nissen Goyen have been in big trouble. Beautiful story. Imagine a guy who walks this way, that way, crazy. Eisvei. So he asked the question. You, Rava, say that if you use the Gizei Tzemer, they're not Muktza anymore, but we just learned in the Mishnah. We just learned it yesterday. What do? You have to take off the cover, and everything falls off by itself. But you're not allowed to touch the Gizei Tzemer. The Gizei Tzemer are Muktza. What's he talking about? You're right. We have to change it around. If the person didn't say specifically, I want to make this Gizei Tzemer for burying to insulate my food, then it remains Muktza. Once a person says, I'm setting this aside for Hatmana, I was miyachid, and by the way, this is going to trigger a whole sugya of yichud in your head. So I'm miyachid this Muktza, right? I have Gizei Tzemer. What's Gizei Tzemer? Muktza, because I'm going to sew something with it, I'm going to make a beged out of it, I'm going to do something with it, so it's Muktza. If I set it aside in my head and I said, this is for Hatmana, this is what I'm going to use to insulate my pot, then it's not Muktza anymore. But I have to set it aside. Itmanami, and we have a raya ki asur Rav Rebbe lo yishanu ela shelo yichad elatmana. When is it Muktza? When I wasn't miyachid, I didn't set it aside. Ava yichad elatmana. Once I set it aside, mitaltel noisan. So that's pshat number 1. Pshat number 2, Ravin Oimer. Rava is talking like you thought he was saying. Bishal heptek shanu. In our Mishnah, we're talking about setting aside Gizei Tzemer for business, for schayra, to sell. Anytime you want to sell something that has, okay, I'll take it back. Rav Nachum Katz, you came back, I got to go back to the beginning. Let me start over. See, that's the problem with Zoom. I see the guy's coming, he just took a break, he just came back. I got it. The other guy the other day was making a salad, Givaldik. You guys saw that Goldstein guy from B&H? He's working in the B&H warehouse. He's the supervisor, running around with the cars, taking TVs, learning at the same time, Givaldik. Anyway, if we're talking about it's set aside in a warehouse, that's Muktza. So that's our Mishnah. Our Mishnah is Muktza. So the only way I the only way I can use something that's Muktza, so take out the pot, I have to touch the lid very carefully, and all the stuff falls to the side. If it's from the warehouse, it's Muktza. And if a guy says for his hatmana, and then it's okay. Gershon had a great idea that we should bring a Rav in, maybe Rabbi Pessin, should give us a shir, a practical shir in hatmana, because we had such controversy. Could you use that one person who's sitting right over there, right in front of my face, I'm not going to mention his name, he bought a challah cover that Menachem Mata put online to show how you should use it, straight and flat. Once it covers the challah, I said it was hatmana. Everybody started yelling, it's hatmana ben miktsas, hatmana kulai, the Shulchan Aruch, the Ramah, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so maybe we'll bring in a Rav. One night we'll have a special shir. Whoever wants to join us could join us. I think it's a phenomenal idea. Beseder. He'll work on that. You guys are masking? Hil Kamyansi says, great idea. Simon Cohen says, great idea. David Gersey, great idea. Of course, you, Ben Ishchai, are going to say great ideas. Truly, David, of course.
Mati says great idea, so.
Mati doesn't know Rabbi Pessin, but Rabbi Pessin is a phenomenal guy. He actually came to my house last night. I don't want to make you guys. He probably came to everybody's house last night with some Reb Chaim Kanievsky wine. Anyway, Tana Rabba, yeah, I know. I shouldn't say it because he came out of his head, but he left it and he ran. Tana Rabba Reb Chano Kamei de Rav. Here, it's very interesting. Let's say you have Muktza. Muktza machmas gufay. Now, if you have like a hammer, kli shemelachto le'isur, a hammer, so I don't have to do anything special really. If I need to use it right now, I take my hammer and I break open a coconut. It's okay. What if I have something that's muksa machmas gufay? I have some stones, and you know the famous. You ask. I actually got into a fight with. When I was younger and stupider. I went to Hafganah, and I said, how could you dare scream Shabbos at that guy? But while you're holding a stone in your hand that's muktzah and you're throwing it at him, how does explain to me? Oh, we miyached these stones before Shabbos and we made all. I said this exact. No, all the stones in Yerushalayim are miyuched to throw at people that are driving. Okay, fine. Anyway, but normal people, if they want to take a stone and make it not muktzah, how do you do that? Right now, the stone is muktzah. It's muktzah machmas gufoy. And I want to say that I need it for something special. Okay, so what do you do? So this is the sugya. How do you do it exactly? Can you do it in your head and say, Amiyachid, like that Yerushalmi guy told me? Or do you need to go over to it and lift it up and do something to it? What do you need to do? Charoy shel dekel shegodrim le'etzim. Charoy shel dekel, you all know what it is, just in case you need a picture. These guys, you use it for schach, just the whole, just they dry out. When they dry out, you could use it as firewood. Shegodrim le'etzim, set it aside for wood. And then he said, wait a minute, I need to sit on it. So one man Amar holds tzarich lekasher. I need to make a physical act. I need to grab them, tie them, show that I'm using it as a chair. Reb Shimon Gamliel Omer, ain't tzarich lekasher. No need. All I need to do is think in my head, I want to sit on it. Hutani lavu Omar la. Rav Bar Chana, who's saying this in front of Rav, he said it over, and he also says halacha Reb Shimon Gamliel. And by the way, Rav, I'm telling you, the halacha is like Reb Shimon Gamliel. You don't need to do a maisa. You could do it b'machshava. Itmar Rav Omar Koisher. So now we have something similar. Rav says I need to tie it like the Tanakam. Ushmul Omar Choishev. All I need to do is think about it in my head like Reb Shimon Gamliel. All of a sudden you have a third opinion. V'Ravasi Omar Yoshev or Yoshav. You should say Yoshav. Afa Pishloi Kisher. If you sit on it, that's enough. What's sitting? It's less than tying. Tying is literally taking action in it. Sitting, no, you sat on it. Now, what does this mean even? So, how long does it have to last for? What are you thinking about? You're going to sit on it for one day? You want to use it for one day? These rocks, whatever, you want to use them for one Shabbos or forever and ever? So it's very interesting because Rashi over here says, if you look at Rashi, Rashi says, leishav lemachar. One day. I want to put it aside for one day. One Shabbos. However, the Mishnah Berurah points out that lechatchila, you need to designate it, you have to be yachid it forever. That's the lechatchila. Now, if the makam tzayrech, whatever, I could be mekel. He says you could be mekel even if he did it for one day. But lechatchila, person should have yichud. This stone I need to cover my jar forever and ever, not just for one Shabbos. Yeah, Gary, it's Pseider. You look like you're struggling listening over here, unless you're watching something else on the screen. I don't know. Bishlem Rav, everything lines up nicely. Besides the third shita, right? We have three shitas that represent two shitas. What do? Rav says exactly like the Tanakama. Ushmuel Nami Huda Amar Kirshim Gamliel, and Shmuel says like the Rishim Gamliel. It's funny because Rabbi Bar Chana said this over the Rav, and he tells Rav, by the way, the halacha is like Rav Shimon Gamliel, but Rav argues on him. Rav says, no, the halacha is like the Tanakama. This shita that you could sit on something, and like that I make it not Muktza. You have something that's completely Muktza, and I kind of use it in its usage, and that itself is enough to make it not Muktza. There is a Tana that says just like Ravasi. This Sanya. Yoitzim b'fakarin uvetzipa bizman shetzvon ukrochon b'meshicha. So here's a picture from Pirush Chai. The guy has a little bit of a wound over here. No, this is a hand. This is a hand. This is a sleeve, a hand. This is not yoni, but whatever. This is good for learning. He has a hand, he has a boo-boo right over here. So he takes this stuff and he ties it. He doesn't want his sleeve to constantly rub against his wound. So this protects his wound. And he smears it with some oil. Two conditions. You see the yellow? I don't know if you can see. I added yellow oil. And he also ties it to his hand. If he does two things, then he can walk outside in Rosh Hashanah with this. There's also an issue of Muktza. This is Muktza. It's no longer Muktza. It's fine. Again, Yoitzim b'faykarin uvetzipa. This is combed wool or flax. Bizmanchet tzvan. If he painted it, he dipped it in oil. Ukrocham b'meshicha, and he wrapped it with oil. Loitzvan v'leikrocham b'meshicha. Ein yoitzim b'hem. Okay. Now here's Ravasi. And if he walked outside on Friday with this funny thing, even though he didn't dunk it in the oil, so what does he say? He says, as long as you show that this is how I'm using it, so it's not muktzah anymore, it's what you want to do. So if I just sit down on some charoy shel dekel, some wood or whatever, I'm showing I'm sitting on it, I want it as a chair, I don't have to say it, I don't have to tie it, that's enough. That's Rav Asi's shita. Omer Rav Ashi, Afanana mitanino, hakash al gabe amito. We have it so good, Rabbi Yisai. We have these nice mattresses. If you're laying down on, you're using straw. Straw is muktza. Why straw muktzah? Because in Mitzrayim they use straw in the bricks. So it's a building material. So you have a problem. You want to make it nice and smooth. You can't do it with your hand. What do? You sit down on it. It's a whole process. You can just imagine with your back, and you go like this, and you roll around until it becomes nice and smooth. What is that called? Titul menatzad. Kila acher yad. You're doing it with a shinui. You're touching muktzah with your other hand. Hold on, I got to see who's online here. Lauren, you didn't make it to the first one. Josh Schreiber. Josh, I don't know if your father's on, but he said Kaddish for your grandmother today, number of times. Who else?
He is online.
He is online, okay, yeah. Again, whoever needs me to say Kaddish for a yard site, not for some guy that you don't really know's the whole year, for somebody that you want to say kaddish for. You can't go out to a minyan. I have a minyan, a legal one, and I will say kaddish b'li neder for whoever asks me. I already got one customer for Shabbos. And Rav Dambi, I was missing you. Oy, look, where were you? Ay. Okay, fine. Let's go back. Oh, and the dentist is on. I've missed you too. Chaim, I missed you along. Okay, fine. Let's go back. All right, where are we? So Rav Ashi says, similar case with straw. Straw that's on the bed is muktza. You shouldn't touch with your hand. You touch with your body. Aval im hoya machol behema. If the straw is not muktza because I'm going to feed it to my animal. Oy shahoya olav kar oy sadim oy dion. I had some sort of, because I used the bed. Minana be other. Shma mina. So once I use it once, I already show that this straw is for non-muktzah activity, and memela it's not muktzah anymore. It went from becoming muktzah to not muktzah. How do I make something from muktzah to not muktzah? So one shita was, I have to take real action, tie it up, make it part of my bed. Another shita is, Ravasi, just lay on it. You don't have to make it part, you don't have to tie it. Just show that that's what you want to use. And then we have the shita that you do it in your head. You just think about it. Now, I have a question. Question number one, this shita that says you do it in your head, wow, you sachar, that's the baby? That's the baby from the bris? Wow, looks like it's a year old already. Mazel tov, bli ayin hara, wow. Okay, so this shita that says, I'm very excited, it's Motzi Shabbos, you have 106 people just on Zoom. The rest of the Americans are shlufa now, they're in the middle of the chvesish. All right, it's still Rish Chodesh for them. This shita that says that I could do it in my head, so I could sit in my bed and think about my charoy shel dekel in my backyard. I'm serious. What's the halacha here? If I could change something in my mind, where am I physically? Has anybody ever thought about that? Do I have to be over my charoy shel dekel, my palm tree things, and look at it and say, yeah? Or I could be in the bathroom thinking about it. That's my question. It's question number one. Question number two I have for the Olam, big shaila today. Is it a mitzvah to take a shower and take care of your body? Is it a mitzvah? Yeah, so you're going to say it's a trick question. I'm asking, of course it's a mitzvah. Okay, fine, so it's a mitzvah. Where's the mitzvah? What is it based on? What pasuk? So I'll tell you what my wife told me, and tell me if she's right. She said that you're b'tzelem elikim, so you have to take care of your tzelem elikim. And my daughter told me because of v'nishmart moed al nafshi seichem. So she said, that's her taina. What do you guys say? Anybody right there? What? About the shaks, I'm talking about every day. Is there a mitzvah to comb your hair, to shave, to look good? Is there a mitzvah like that? Is there stam shtusim? Is it gaiva? Is it, maybe it's an avera? Is it, maybe, you know what, I'll tell you what it is. Maybe it's leisilbash, Leisilbash gever simlas isha. It's acting like a woman. You're trying to take care of yourself, putting on makeup. So a man doesn't he shaves, he combs his beard. It's mamish disgusting. It's mamish like a woman. Maybe that's what we're going to see. We're going to talk about it today. It's unbelievable. It's going to shock you. Says the Gemara, Uman Tana de Polagali de Rishim Gamliel. Who is this man who holds that it's not enough to think about it in your head, you have to take action? Reb Chanina ben Akiva. Reb Chanina, the son of Akiva. I don't believe it's Rebbe Akiva, because then it would say Reb Chanina ben Rebbe Akiva. Chanina ben Akiva. The Chiyazer Avdimi Yomer Zir Yomer Reb Chanina. Our case, he went to a place and he saw that they have a bunch of wood sitting outside. They need it for the winter to make a fire. Oh, so I haven't seen anybody say it, but I want to be medayik in the Gemara and tell me if I'm right. It says, Tzu'u v'chishvu. Go out there and think about it. Why do you say go out? Another question. Why didn't he just do it himself? I'm Reb Chanina ben Akiva. I'm thinking right now, it's all for sitting. All that wood outside is all for sitting. Seems like that wouldn't work. I'm just saying, I might be wrong. But it seems like you have to go outside, go outside and make a machshava over there. I don't know why. What's the svar? I don't know. You have to show that you're serious. B'machshava. Otherwise, why would he send a shliach to go outside and do it? It takes 1.5 seconds to think about it. I'm thinking right now, all that wood is for sitting. Anyway, just a diuk. Tzu'u v'chishvu k'dei sheneshav l'machar. V'lo yadano I beis ha-mishnah hava I beis ha-avlava. Now, that's a one-time story. Chanina ben Akiva was in a situation of very emergency. Either he was at a wedding or he's at a funeral. One of the two, but it wasn't in a regular Shabbos. The treaty. It was a one-time halacha that he said that you could think about it. But typically, it doesn't help to think about it. You need to take action. You have to tie it. So I'm asking you, who's arguing with Shimon Gamliel that says that machshav is enough? Chanina ben Akiva. Chanina ben Akiva holds that machshav is not enough. Yes, that one story was during a funeral, during a shiva, or during a wedding, so Sheva Bracha. So he said, okay, I'll be matter b'machshava. But typically, you must tie it. Oh, I see Joe Schreiber. The neshama should have an aliyah, Reb Joe. Omar Rabbi Yehuda, machnis odam meloi kupasei offer v'oise ba kol tzarkai. Here's another case. I have dirt, and in those days, think about it. Again, I mean the way they live, these guys. So we're going from their bed that has straw to the floor that's all dirt. No balatot, no granite, nothing. Dirt. So once in a while, you tell your kid, hey, go outside to the park and bring me a pail of dirt because my floor became like this. I need some dirt. What's dirt? Dirt is Muktza, machmas gufa. It has like it itself has you can't do anything with it. I could bring this dirt in and I could touch it on Shabbos. Meaning, if somebody spits on the floor like they used to, I'll take some dirt, a sprinkle. I'm allowed to touch my dirt. The only time I'm allowed to touch dirt is if I have a special place in my house, this corner, my dirt corner. Put the dirt in the dirt corner and I'm going to go to that closet and take it out. But stop me, put it in my house, then it becomes bottled to the floor like the rest of the floor. The rest of the floor is Muktza. It seems like this goes like Reb Shimon Gamliel. Look, it doesn't say that he took action. He didn't tie up the dirt like you have to do by charaya. It's according to what I know. Like Reb Shimon Gamliel. As long as I think in my head, I'm going to use this dirt to cover stuff, then it's okay. Rabbana hold you have to do a maisa. Not true. Dirt is different. If it's something that I could do a maisa, what kind of action can I do to dirt? Have you ever seen anybody tie up dirt? What can you do to dirt? I could tie up a tree. I could tie up a bunch of wood. What am I going to do to dirt? I can't impress it with anything. I can't do anything to it. You could put it in a bowl, but that's not a maisa to it. You could change its location, but you can't do anything to it. You can't change it. And therefore, it's impossible. So if it's impossible, maybe there's no machlokes. Okay, he says you have to take action when you can take action, but something's physically not possible to take action, everybody agrees you don't have to take action. Says the Gemara, this idea that if I can't take action, I can't do a maisa, maybe machshava works, maybe it doesn't work. Let's see, maybe it's a machlokes. Bakol chofen es hakelim. I could shine all my vessels, chutz mikli kesef, grass coin. So silver I cannot use grass coin. Now Rashi threw me for a loop here because Rashi says kimin offer shegola b'chavesh hayayim v'koyin lo olum. So at the end of the day, I don't think he means olum like we call alum in English. It's just sort of some sort of Tartar. I think the article translates it olum. But we're going to see in a second, ha neser v'chol mutter. Neser in English is alum in English. So I don't think he's talking about the same chemical. The one from the Chavis, this grass coin happens to be, I think it was just the Ashgacha. It's like a coincidence that grass coin is called alum in, I don't know what. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is referring to alum because it's in French. It's probably the same thing. I don't know. But it can't be the same thing because he says, the Gemara says, you cannot use grass coin, which is alum, on silver. Haneser v'chol mutter. Maybe Nesser is not alum. I remember once that Nesser was alum. In Brachas we said Nesser was alum. I found it over here. Fine. Anyway, here. This is what alum looks like. If anybody, they sell it. Alum, Nesser. If anybody forgot what sand is, because we haven't been out for a while, here's a picture of sand. The reason why I did these two things because we're going to be talking about using this for shampoo. I mean, this is. Okay, don't look at the color. Fine, that's was an interesting color I chose here. But look, today we have and it says here 100% vegan. I guess some people eat shampoo. I'm not sure exactly, but it's vegan. So you just fetch like this, you go like that, and your hair becomes clean. Or you could do like in time of the Gemara, take some of this stuff, and like a bird, you put it on your head, and somehow it cleans your head, and then I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how they used it. Or if you use alum for your head. We have it good. We mamish have it good. Our floors are better. Our beds are better. Our shampoo is better. Everything. It's just we're living it. Says the Gemara V'Sanya Nesv Cholasur.
I just went from shampoo directly just to soap for my head. Worked out just fine.
You should just use those wipes. You should take a wipe down your head. What's the?
As soon as I came back from Nachal Savitan, I just put hand sanitizer.
Oh my gosh, I didn't recognize you. I really thought you were Eli. Oh my gosh, that was a real picture. You really shaved it down. Dude, I don't know. You got to ask Halacha Shiloh. What about over here? You let it do what you did?
It's close enough. Yeah, I can feel it. I feel it.
It's not feeling. You got to be able to grab it, dude. Okay, that'll be a shir on Thursday night with Rabbi Pessin. I'm not getting into that. I got into trouble already. I'm not asking anything. I'm just like, you look into it. You gotta grab it. It looks like you're shaved like to the core. But anyways, you should be using baby wipes. That's what you should be using. You don't need any soap, nothing. You just go like this, like one wipe, and you're done. Anyways, he's the guy on my commercial, on my advertising for the hair transplant. Avi Kamiansky, Shalom Aleichem. Where's your buddy Noam? Is Noam around?
Noam said he's not coming today.
Yeah, he's very busy. He has to take his wife out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No one never joins Muktza Shabbos.
I saw him Muktza Shabbos. He was here 2 weeks ago. Muktza Shabbos. Fine. I mean, now it's mamish like that Rizim Haigai, like the Gemara Chagiga. If somebody doesn't come now, Muktza Shabbos, there's no excuse for the rest of the year. If you come now, so you show that you really want to come on Muktza Shabbos. Just it happens to be when I can take my wife out, I can't go for my wife. But now, where are you going? I know you're lying. I know you're not going anywhere. I know you're not busy with your mishpacha. So why can't you come now? That's what I'm saying. The corona is messing everybody up. Okay, so we have one brayso that says you can use neser and chol to shine your silver, and the other one says you can't. What's the problem with shining silver? The problem with shining silver is memachik, which is one of the aves malachos. I am erasing. I'm taking off the black off my silver. Memachik. I'm reading from Rashi. V'hu memachik. Av malacha. What? Smearing? No, like meichik, like to take off letters. Hanesav achol mutar. So on the one hand, it seems like you could use sand and alum for shining silver. V'sanya hanesav achol asur. So it's a contradiction. My labo kamivli. So then we have the machloikis, the marsav bina ma'isa, marsav lo bina ma'isa. The question is, in this kind of material, which you really can't make a maisa, what are you going to do? You can't change it. Whether or not I could do it with my head. Says Gemara, Loi de kula amaloi bin maisa. No, you don't need action. V'loi kasha. Ha Rabbi Yehuda. Back to the famous machlokes Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon. The Amar Rabbi Shimon Miskaven Osur. It goes according to Rabbi Shimon that says that even though I don't intend to remove part of my silver or do memachek, it's also Harab Shimon the Amar Dav Shem Iskaven mutter, and the one that says it's mutter because it goes according to Rabbi Shimon. I didn't intend, but my kimta lahad sharik Rabbi Shimon. So you're telling me the one that says the brayso that by us, that's mashma that it's mutter nes of a chol is mutter, goes according to Reb Shimon, that holds that if I don't intend to do an isser, I'm not over. You shouldn't use these for shampoo. You see, that's where I got the shampoo. Chol and alam are no good for your hair. Reb Shimon mishrik ashari. Why can't I use this for my hair? Because some of my hair might come out as I'm using it for shampoo. But according to Reb Shimon, that's okay. The Snan, turn the page. Nazir, Chayfef. Now, a Nazir, by the way, who's not allowed to cut his hair, is just like a regular human being on Shabbos. Nazir on a weekday is like everybody else on Shabbos. But it says, Nazir Chayfef. A Nazir could wash his hair, and separate his hair. He shouldn't use one of those combs that's definitely 100% going to take out his hair. That's what we call psikresha v'layamos. In other words, if I cut somebody's head off, not somebody, if I cut an animal's head off, I'm going to say, oh, I cut off his head because I wanted his head. I didn't realize he's going to die. V'layamos, of course he's going to die. In other words, that would be 100% usur because there's no way out of it. So even Reb Shimon, who says that if I don't intend to do a melacha, it's mutter, that's only if I haven't, there's a 50-50 or a 70-30 chance that I'm not going to do the melacha. But if it's 100%, I'm going to rip some of my hairs out because this comb is so tight, it's going to rip my hair out, then it's 100% usher to do on Shabbos, even according to Reb Shimon. I can't say, oh, I didn't intend. But it's v'layamos, it's going to happen. If you're going to use this masrek, it's going to rip your hair out. So even Reb Shimon holds that would be usher. So, but Reb Shimon holds it's mutter to take for a nazir to use this shampoo, this special dirt shampoo. So if it's mutter for the nazir to use, so you're allowed to use it on Shabbos because there's a 70-30% chance that you're not going to take out here, and it's mutter. We must say Hava Rabbi Yehudi. So it's all going to Rabbi Yehuda. This is very interesting. It's not very comfortable when the Gemara does this. That it's a question in Mitzias. Okay, so a scientist should go and see. It's literally a question. What does it do? The what? It's going to scrape off some of the metal. And that's also. Why is that also? That's like binyan. You're memachik. You're taking out. So, I don't know what to do with these things. I don't know if anybody knows, like if there's a question in a physical question, just a shaila, what is the metzius? That's very hard to explain. But that's the machlokes here. Does it take off from silver or does it not? But Mayu came to Rabbi Yehuda, and what did you say goes according to Rabbi Yehuda? Ema seifa. So how does it fit in according to Rabbi Yehuda? Rabbi Yehuda says that what? That if it's going, even if it's not going to happen 100%, even if there's a 10% chance they're going to remove here, that becomes usur. What do we do with the seifa? It says, Aval panav yadav v'raglov mutar. You're allowed to wash your face with this all these chemicals. Why? Your face has hair. It seems like from this Gemara that I'm in big trouble. Like, it's like a given that everybody had a beard. So it says, if you use this, you are going to potentially remove some of your hair from your face. So according to Rabbi, why is it mutar? Again, it's davar she'enim miskaven. I don't intend to take off some of my beard, but it might happen. Even if it might happen, that's probably the pizza. Sorry, guys. And if it's going to happen, very embarrassing. And if it's going to happen, what?
It's me and pizza.
It's you, yeah. No, you see now, but he's calm. Once he saw it wasn't you, he's calm. He thought it was you at the door. No, I'm gonna get kiwi. Fine. Zog Gemara. So here's the question: if it's possible to take off some of his beard, it's beard. V'bois ema bi'isha. Hopefully, women don't have beards. V'bois ema b'saris. Or it's an adult, saris that doesn't have a beard. They discuss that's in certain steps. Fine. Fine. Let's go weiter. Omar Rav Yehuda, Afer levinta shari. If I have dust that comes off the stones, the bricks, I'm allowed to use it on my face. Omer Rav Yosef, kuspa the yasmin shari. It's not jasmine. Rashi says over here, it's shumshamin. It's sesame something, some byproduct of the sesame. You're allowed to use it on your face. Omer Rava, afar people shari. Crushed peppers is mutter. Omer Rav Sheishes, barda shari. My barda. Here's barda. Omer Rav Yosef, tilto ahalo, v'tilto aso, v'tilto siglei. Barda is made out of these three things: a little bit of aloe vera, a little bit of violet, a little bit of hadassim. Aso. So it's a third and a third and a third. In other words, if there was a little bit more than a third of ala, it would be also to use. It's because it's exactly a third. But here comes a mandama that's mechulik. Or Nechemi by Yosef. Kol heicha deleka ruba ala shaper domi. Not true. As long as aloe is not 50 or 51%, 50%, then it's okay. If aloe is 49%, it's okay. It doesn't have to be 33%. So it's a machlokes if from 33% to 49%, what the halacha is in aloe. According to the Tanakama, the most aloe you could put into this concoction is 33%. Then I can use it on my skin. Otherwise, if I have 34%, then I'll remove my hair, and that's asur. But according to Reb Nechemi, it's not true. I can have up to 49%, and it won't remove my hair. From that point on, it becomes asur. What's the halacha? Could I take olives and crush them in order that to take out the merirus? They're very bitter. Rabbi Isai. Oh, by the way, one of the worst things, I said this a few times. I was on a trip, I was on a tiyul in Israel, and there was an olive tree. So I'm just saying this again so that nobody does what I did. So I saw a nice olive hanging. I said, oh, I gotta taste the fresh olive off a tree. So I put it in my mouth, boy, ate. And then I suffered for an hour. There's that taste like you can't even imagine. And it goes all over, and it's just disgusting. Anyway, so if a guy has an olive and he wants to make sure that the olive doesn't taste like it tasted for me, so he bangs it. There's a way, I guess, something does to it. It bang, and says the Gemara. And what's the problem? So Tosfos brings here that's misakin oichel, or it's shavua oichel, misakin oichel. You're fixing food on Shabbat. You're taking something it's not edible, making it edible. So he says, how are you allowed to do this on a weekday? We're all familiar with what's it called? Baal, what's the word? Ruining food? Baltashchis. Baltashchis. I'm just seeing if you're paying attention. Baltashchis. But that's not what the Gemara says really, but okay. It's hefsed oichlim. I'm not allowed to just throw out food. I'm taking good olives, and I'm destroying all the. What is an olive for? Olives for the oil. Now I don't have oil anymore. Yeah, you could eat it. Some Meshuggah is going to eat an olive, but hefsed oichlim the Gemara understood. Says the Gemara, let me play the Shmuel. Wait a minute. I can do whatever I want with bread. I can take bread and wash my face with it. I can take bread, do whatever I want with it. What's the problem? So why can't I do whatever I want with this olive? So the Gemara said, no, maybe there's a difference. Amri pas loy mi isa. Hani mi isi. Bread can't turn disgusting. You could wipe the floor with it and then you could eat it afterwards. That's what the Gemara says. But olives, not. I have a Maisa Shahaya. When I was a kid, I learned in a yeshiva Ktana in a high school in Tifrach. I might have mentioned this. I'm not going to say how old I was because then you're going to put my father away in an institution. Whatever. I was very young. I was 2.5 years before my bar mitzvah. And Tifrach was terrible. It was terrible. In those days, they had a store that was open maybe a few hours a day, a couple of days a week. They would bring in bread once or twice a week, and they would put it in a storage room, And the tifrach heat, it was 110 degrees there every day, and it just become hard. But here's the thing, the storage room didn't have a roof. So all the birds would come, and they'd peck at the bread, and they would also do their business on the bread. I'm not exaggerating. We'd take these breads, and we'd take a knife and just cut off the top of the bread. And then we would eat from the inside. That's whatever. Nice American kid. I came from America. We did Aliyah. My father put me in this yeshiva. Anyway, it was great. Great memories. And the Gemara here says, Pas lo me'isa. I had a me'isa pas. I don't know. That bird poop wasn't the most, yeah. Anyways, but in general, you can take the bread, it says over here, you can do whatever you want with it, and it doesn't become moss. In other words, the inside, whatever, it doesn't become, you don't ruin it. Bread is bread. Olive, that you can make moss. Nishtano adoris or something. So barda is going back to this concoction. Remember, it's made out of aloe, violet, and hadassim. It must smell real good, by the way. This, I can imagine. This hadassim and violet smells good. At least it smells good on the hands. So they brought in this stuff. Amem Ravashi Moshu. Amem Ravashi used it. They washed their hands. Marzuz really Moshu. He wouldn't wash his face in with it. Omerlei L'Sovelo Mahar L'Hodor of Sheishes Barda Shari. Shesh says it's okay to use. Omerlu Rav Mordechai. So Rav Mordechai steps in here. He wasn't asked. They were talking to Marzutra. Rav Mordechai is a pshat. Bar Minei Demar. Our master, don't even ask him. Listen to this. This is what I was getting to. This is the sugya. Are you allowed to make yourself look good? How does it work? You're allowed to take a shower. You're not allowed to take a shower. It's a mitzvah, not a mitzvah. Here it is, right here. Remember, Shabbos daf nun beis. He holds something like Etano megarer adam gildei tzoya v'gildei mako shal b'saroy b'shvil tzaroy. So if a person has a scab on his hand, he could remove it on Shabbos because it's causing him a lot of pain and discomfort. He has soya, I don't know, I don't think it means necessarily feces, but something disgusting on his hand, he could scrape it off. Right? If it's on your suit, you shouldn't. You can't. That would be cleaning on Shabbos. But on your hand, you let it scrape it off. Very interesting. It really bothers him. It hurts him. The scab is really bothering him. Sometimes scabs hurt because they get stuck and then you just peel it off. Let's say it bothers you because you're embarrassed of what people in shul are going to say. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is that considered a tsar or not a tsar? What does the Olam say? Nobody? Anybody want to answer? Judah. Oh my gosh. We're off for some reason. I think I was talking to myself. Mm-hmm. I saw them not looking.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, but you know what? YouTube is still on.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi's down.
Is the Wi-Fi really down?
I think the Wi-Fi just knocked it. My phone also is.
It's reconnecting.
This is on Wi-Fi also.
Yeah, it's working, but it has the backup. Sorry, YouTube guys. We'll just wait a few seconds here. Hopefully, we can reconnect.
Gary?
It might be a Wi-Fi thing. Hold on.
Yo, what's going on?
Don't forget, YouTube is on.
Yeah, the whole thing went down. The whole thing went down. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, Gary. Where did I lose everybody? It says connecting, but it's not. What could you possibly do from over there? Rabbi Isai, anybody hear me? Does the Olam here?
Oh, 1 second.
Join from
Okay.
browser, it
Hang on a
says.
second. Look what it says. Yeah, the Wi-Fi went off because look what it says on here now. The Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Yeah.
Should I use that?
I think, yeah, use data. Of course, use data on that. I have a problem. You know what? My problem is that my what do you call is down? Where did I lose you guys? How many minutes ago? Really? Yeah, turn on the air conditioner, please. Right over there. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Terrible news.
You have different Wi-Fi you can connect to.
Yeah. Tell me to do it.
Oh, a bunch of people moved to YouTube.
Yeah.
Went up by 20 people.
Hold on. A lot of people are back on YouTube. You want to tell them just to go to YouTube? Just tell them to go to YouTube. Tell everybody to go to YouTube. What?
A lot of guys can't.
Oh, that's a good idea. Find out also where they stopped. Where did they miss from? Yeah, Gildi Maka. Okay. Sorry.
Connected with their Wi-Fi. There's a bunch of them. And a few
No. They're all on the same server. Yeah, beautiful. Hold on, I'm gonna keep you on, I think. Here. You hear me, Gershon?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're
if this,
delayed, but you just go on. Speak. Go.
all right. Does the Olam hear me? Ask them if they hear me. Ask them if this is okay for now.
Ellie wants to know if everybody hears him.
What's going on with the YouTube?
Hold
It's
on,
going?
one second. Now, go, Ellie, speak.
You guys hear me? Rabbi say you hear me through
Yeah,
YouTube?
I hear you. Speak, Ellie.
All right, beautiful. So here's the question. If a guy, I think this is what we were talking about. If a guy has a boo-boo, it hurts him, and the Gemara says you're allowed to remove it on Shabbos because of the tsar. So the question is, what if a person is embarrassed of other people? He has a disgusting looking thing and he wants to take it off because he's embarrassed. Not because it physically hurts him, but mentally it hurts him. Is that considered tsar? What does the Olam say? Gary, I don't see them. What do they say? Yes or no? Is it good or not good? So anyway, Tosfos says, B'shul tsaroi, v'mein lo tzara acher, Tosfos says, Elo shemizbayish leilech ben bnei adam. He's embarrassed to walk between people. Shari de lechot tsar godom mizeh, says Tosfos. The worst tsar in the world is being embarrassed of other people. Says the Gemara weiter. Im bishvil yapois asur. But if you're doing this to make yourself beautiful, that's asur. So memela, that's why he didn't use this special concoction called barda, because it was to make him look better. Vinu kiman tzavruah. And who does he hold like? What's going on over here? Where? What is this? Oh, the phone? Yeah, I don't need him so much. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Now, he holds that the others hold that you could use the barda. You see what the Gemara says here? Unbelievable. You could bathe yourself every day b'shvil koinoi for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mishum shenemar koil po'al Hashem lemaneu. It's for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Look at this. B'shvil koineu. L'chvoid koineu. You're allowed to bathe yourself. Hygiene is very important because it's for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. D'chsiv, ki b'tzelem elikim asas adam. So a person is created b'tzelem elikim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave you a body. You have to take care of it. V'oid, says Rashi, the haraya briyas nois oime baruch shekachalei b'olamai. If another person sees a good-looking person, a person that takes care of him, he'll give a bracha to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you're mechuyev to, and chas v'shalom the opposite. If somebody smells bad, has body odor or whatever, chas v'shalom, it's the reverse. You guys remember this card that we had? What? They see it? No? How could you not see this? Anyways, we learned in Brachas, B'chol drochecha da'eyu. No matter what you do, you need to know HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, I could eat pizza and it could be a mitzvah if I think the right thought. I'm doing this, I'm eating this for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I go to work so I could have parnassus, so I could send my kids to school and be Oved Hashem. And here also, if you take a shower, so not just take a shower for my own pleasure, but I take a shower so that I am taking care of the tzelem elikim that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me. I'm also, I want people to respect me and say, oh, look at this guy, give a bro. So then I turn my shower into a mitzvah. Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah omer kupo mato al tzido v'noitel shemo yitol. So going back to that sugya of if you have this pot which is insulated, but this is Muktza, the Gizeh Tzemer is Muktza, so I tilt it to the side and the soup or whatever comes out into the bowl. Says the Gemara, Omer Rabba, Omer B'chia Barashi, Hakol Moedim Sheniskalkola Guma Sho'asu Lahachzir. Here's the problem. We said also in the Mishnah is Machlokes. What if I take out the pot? Could I put it back in? Now what's the problem? The problem is that this is Muktza and I might move the Muktza. Everybody agrees that if it falls in and there's no guma, there's no indentation over here for the pot, it's also to put it back. It's not a problem. You could put it back in. So what's the machlokes? If it's just like this, it's a perfect round circle I could put my pot in. So then why does Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah say that it's also to put the pot back in? So maybe Chacham are talking about even if it fell in and there's no hole. It's just a machlokes. Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah says even if it's perfect, don't put it back in, because what if it fell in and you're going to start moving it aside? You're going to be Mechal Shabbos by touching Muktza. Mar sovar choshim shem niskalkal agumo, mar sovar ein choshishin. Says the Gemara weiter. Just a few more lines. Omer Avuna, haisli kusto. There's a special plant in those days, smelled really, really good. And what they would do is they would put it into, let's say, what I'm coming up with is like, I forgot to make a picture of it, but you know, like in America, they have these, you go to the floor, sometimes they give you this green foam that's full of water and they stick a flower into it. So they had something like that. You stick it in, and then you pull it out, you stick it right back in. Says the Gemara, Dotzo, if he put it into the dirt, Shalfa, he took it out, Vahadar Dotzo, so it's one in, one out, one in, Sharia. Now I could take it out for the second time, because the hole is wide enough. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to mess around with the dirt. The dirt is the way it is now. It has a nice hole that could come in and out. Vilav osir. All I could say is Baruch Hashem for Zoom, because this is really bad. I'm not looking at anybody. I'm looking at a phone. I don't know if people are listening. I don't know if people are spacing out. I can't see if Reb Nachum Katz got up to go to the kitchen in the middle. I can't see anything. This is terrible. But Zoom is beautiful. Be'ezer Hashem, tomorrow we're going to have a better situation. This is a nightmare. I thought my Wi-Fi might go down one day in the middle. And if you don't have it wide enough, it's also Omar Shmuel, Hai Sakina. A guy has a knife. The Beni Urve. In those days, they take a knife blade, put it between the bricks. So what's the problem? Chodeach. I'm drilling. It's a tolda of baina. Dots, a shelf over the other dots. If I put it into the wall, took it out of the wall, put it back into the wall, so I had two times that it went in. One time I went in out, now I can take it out and put it back in, it's fine. This slikusa also, by the way, I could put it back into the wall, into the vase or whatever you call it, into the dirt. Milav Osir. Here, you could have this. I don't think he's on anymore. And one last thing. Uh-oh. Was it off? Hello? Are we good? Yeah. We're good. Okay, so two more lines. Then we'll shmooze. We have a great shmooze. We don't have to do this on the shear. Hold on. Yeah. Marzutra v'tei Rav Ashi Omar bigurdiyosa If I have the Arshal translates, a comb of reeds, in other words, a bunch of reeds, I want to put my knife between the reeds, the Kone Shapir Dami. What's the problem? Mimachek. I might take off, I might slice by mistake, peel off some of the reed. That's not a problem. He asked a great question. Let's just go to the Mishnah. If a person has radishes, turnips, and he wants to bury them, he wants to store them, he doesn't want to plant. Now he's using the dirt as a storage, to keep the heat away. But it's underneath a grapevine. Now what's the problem with the grapevine? You're not allowed to plant anything with grapes. Klei kerem. If some of the top of the turnip is outside of the dirt, it's not a problem. It's not klei kerem because he's not planting, he's just storing. He's not planting, so you can do it on Shemitah. And don't tell this guy, you have to take meiser once again because you just took a turnip out of the ground. I took meiser from the turnip yesterday. I just stored it in the ground. But what's the problem here? The problem is, by me grabbing the turnip, now I move the ground. How else am I going to take it out without moving the ground? So I see that I don't have to be like slikusta that has to come in and out easy. Even if the ground is all around it, by me pulling out the turnip, the ground is going to fall. It's not a problem, Muktza. To Yufta, it's a bomb question. Tomorrow, Be'ezer Hashem, in like 10 hours, I'll see everybody here at 7:15. Have a wonderful week. I'll say Shir Amalis. Maybe somebody, what? Yeah, you could end the